Good morning, FHS, and welcome back to a brand new episode of Flyer News. On today's episode, we have an update on the Framingham Charter Commission and what changes it will bring to the town.
Also, we have the full update on the parking situation by the tennis courts, and we have a brand new episode of entertainment with Emily Scruton. All that and more on Flyer News.
Welcome back to a brand new episode of Flyer News. I'm Luan Villegas.
And I'm Chad Doughty. Today is Wednesday, April 13th, a day 2 with periods running CADG.
Just a reminder, today is a PM collab, so there's no F period. In case you aren't aware of the Framingham Charter, we have Benji with a new update.
Let's take a further look into this story.
On Monday, I gave a preliminary look at the new Charter Commission in Framingham. But to get you a better idea of what's happening in the town of Framingham, I talked to Adam Blummer and Janet Lambruno, who are on the commission itself. Let's hear what they had to say about the changes that could be coming to Framingham.
It could be a whole range of changes, ranging from some fairly small ones to some really big ones. The big ones would be if we adopt a city form of government where you have a mayor and a city council rather than a bigger town meeting. Or it could be something smaller, like you have a town manager, a city manager. You really have like 100 different options you got to explore, which obviously takes time. And in terms of timeline, we'll probably spend a good year-ish or so sort of learning from other communities, hearing from people what they want. We'll write up a plan, and then it goes to the voters after that. Sometimes it's as much as 18 months.
Being a town, some of the problems with that is that you don't get the same seat at the table. Like when the governor meets with the mayors, Framingham is continually left out of that process. And a lot of people believe that we would get better funding. And I couldn't honestly say yes or no that that's true, but we would be open to advantages that towns aren't.
I think having one person in charge, can be a great thing. You can move really fast and make some quick decisions, but if you have the wrong person in charge, you can also make some pretty bad decisions. So, just like everything else, it depends on who the one person is and what powers they have and how people can sort of check those powers as needed.
But right now we have 216 town meeting members, and most of the, many nights we have 50% participation. And I believe there were 2 precincts that had nobody running at all this time around. And our quorum is ridiculously low, and we are the lowest in the state. And if we had what other states have for quorums, we would not be able to pass a budget because we don't have enough people showing up.
The way the town meeting is organized, it's not really representative of all the town. You have big parts of the town that have fairly full town meeting seats where they get a lot of votes, and you have other parts of town where they don't have many or any town meeting members. So it's not really fair to make a decision for the whole town when some of it doesn't really have representation.
It's a town of Franklin, but it has a city government with a town council, and there are like a few other communities like Barnstable and Braintree that have a town council. So they're still called a town, which I think a lot of people are caught up on what does a city versus a town mean. And the goal of this whole charter is to look at governments to see which would be the best and most effective for Framingham.
And in the end of the day, the 9 of us write something based on what we think we've heard from the public and what we've researched, but the voters all get to decide. And actually, this has happened a couple of times in our history where people have gone through this process, and then at the end of the day, the voters said, no, we don't really like what you guys proposed. Let's stick with what we got.
That's just a quick look at the Charter Commission and the changes it could bring to Framingham, but you can look for more to progress over the next year to 2 years. Reporting for Flyer News, this has been Benji Kling. Let's take it back to the desk.
2 Boston University students sued a professor and the university, claiming that the teacher had sexually harassed them and that the school did not step in to protect them despite being told of the allegations. The 2 women classical music students enrolled at BU's College of Fine Arts stated that Eric Rusk, a well-known professor, had harassed them. Rusk asked one of the plaintiffs, Eric Shire, to share cute pics with him. He also told Shire, "I hope Santa brings you heels," and asked her to send him pictures. Maria Curry, the other plaintiff, said he described her song to them having sexual intercourse with her during a personal meeting. The two women believe that nothing has been done. However, they filed the issue to make sure their complaints were taken seriously. The complaint pointed to the messages where Rusk appeared to indicate he was aware of how inappropriate some of the messages to the students seemed. The university knew Rusk, who was 50 years old at the time of the alleged incident, was unfit to work with young female musicians and had been known in the music industry for sexually harassing young women.
This past Saturday night, New Orleans Saint defensive end Will Smith was shot and killed following an altercation after a minor car crash. Smith's wife was also involved in the shooting, but she was taken to the hospital after 3 gunshots to the leg. The reports say that Smith was involved in a 3 collision, which later escalated into a shooting. One person called 911, according to the dispatch audio, saying there's a male down with about 6 gunshots to the chest. Police say Tuesday, after they found a 9mm handgun in the vehicle Smith was driving on the night he was killed, police added they found a loaded revolver in Smith's accused killer, Cardell Hayes, but they had no evidence either one was fired on Saturday night. Police are further investigating into this incident.
Because of our large student population, parking is constantly an issue here at FHS. Just this week, new parking signs were up by the tennis courts. Julie has a full story now.
Good morning, Framingham High School. Just this week, the schools placed no parking signs on the wooden fences adjacent to the tennis court. After multiple announcements stating that there is to be no parking along the road leading to the junior lot, and the parking continuing along these wooden fences, the school has finally officially put no parking signs on them. Although there have been signs on the gates of the tennis courts throughout the year, parking has continued on this road in the after-school hours. Ticketings have taken place for cars on this road in the past. However, with so many cars frequently parking in this area, there has always been some confusion of if it was permitted or not. Not only is this road popular for parking after school, but also for sporting events and other nighttime activities that go on in the gym area. Unfortunately, parking along this narrow road can become very crowded and difficult for 2 cars to maneuver through at once. Flyer News will continue to keep you updated with all the changes at FHS, but for now, let's take it back up to the desk.
What's going on in the world of entertainment? It's hard to keep up.
Luckily, we have our very own Emily Scruton here to keep us all in with the entertainment we may have missed.
Tell us what's happening, Emily.
Topping the box office this weekend was The Boss, starring Melissa McCarthy and Kristen Bell, with $23,480,000. In second was Batman vs. Superman: Dawn of Justice, with a total of $23,435,000 on its third weekend. And in third was Zootopia, coming in at $14,353,000. This week was the series finale of American Idol. The show was on Fox for 15 seasons, but has seen a decline in viewership over the past few years. The era-ending finale saw the return of past idols, including Carrie Underwood and Kelly Clarkson, as well as former judges Paula Abdul and Simon Cowell. Trent Harmon, a 25-year-old from Mississippi, was named the final American Idol. On Wednesday, a New York judge threw out pop star Kesha's appeal that would release her from her contract with Sony Music. The star wanted to be released from her contract on the grounds that her producer, Dr. Luke, had abused her. Kesha, however, has been denied her release multiple times on the ground of statutes of limitations and that it was out of the jurisdiction of the state of New York. The hashtag #FreeKesha has been trending on social media, and the star has received support from other stars, including Taylor Swift. This has been Entertainment Weekly. Tune in next week for new information and a new location. I'm Cassidy Slim, and let's take it back to the desk.
It's that time of the show again to show us some of our patriotism.
And what better way to do it than by saying the pledge? Today we have Matt Kimmelsley here to lead us.
Make our country proud, Matt.
Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Have no place to go. Have no place to go. Darling, have no place to go. Have no place to go.
Good morning, FHS. Today is Wednesday, April 13th, and day 2 with periods running CADG. There is a PM collab today, so there will be no F period. Also, we have a boat cruise promo.
That's not bad. It's coming, it's coming.
Track has a meet today. Everyone should come out and support. It's at 4 at Bowditch.
We'd like everyone to come out. It's our first meet. It's against Weymouth. Go Flyers.
Awesome.
The class of 2018 is selling raffle tickets in the next week and the week after vacation, and we're also selling dance tickets for $10 this week and the week after vacation, so make sure to buy those. Also, we have steering tomorrow in E208 at 2:15.
Also, guys, Best Buddies will have their game day tomorrow in F211 Miss Fisher's room.
Hey, we're from the GSA, and Day of Silence is on Friday.
Oh, jeez. You need to sign up by today.
Yeah, and the sign-up sheets should be in your homeroom teacher's mailbox, and the sign-up sheets are due tomorrow.
Thank you, ladies. Good morning.
Good morning. We say this every day, so you probably know what we're going to say again, but just cotillion tickets are still on sale. You can buy them in B205 or C108 after school until 3 o'clock. They're $70 this week, and they're $75 the week after vacation.
Yeah, so we're still not getting that many this week, so if you want to make sure you're getting them not for $75, make sure you come this week. Also, there's a group called the Global Youth Leaders, and we're going on a trip to Europe this summer. We're going to The Hague, England, and Ireland, and we're having a UNO's fundraiser this Friday.
If everyone could please come on out to UNO's on Friday, that'd be awesome to help us raise money for this great trip, and that way we'll have more money for next year when there's another trip, and you can all sign up and go on that. Thanks.
Good morning, Isabella. How are you today?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing very well. 2 quick announcements. Teachers of study halls, remember that we have a new attendance record keeping that we're doing. From now on, please make sure that you go into X2 and mark students absent from homeroom. They will all be automatically listed as present unless you do that. And then after, please do that within the first 20 minutes so that after that the librarians can then update the attendance as well with the students who are in the library. The other announcement is that if you have lost anything, jackets, bags, keys, the main office has a very packed Lost and Found right now. We're going to be cleaning that out over April vacation, so if you've lost anything, please head down to the main office sometime this week to see if your belongings are there. Thank you. That's it. PM collaboration today, so CADG, no F.
Perfect. Period C, guys.
Come to an end.
But if you'd like to catch this broadcast again, tune in at 5 and 8 o'clock to channels 8 Comcast, 15 RCN, and 41 Verizon 5s.
Have a great day, FHS. I think I'm the one who went to right now.
What?